They're not buying a piece of paper. They're not buying a frame. What they're buying is the feeling that they get by looking at the portrait or the picture that you've created for them.
When we're creating images, I mean, for me at least, the first consideration I make is what's going to be in focus and what isn't. So I'm looking at f-stop. My first thing that I do is f-stop. It's always f-stop. Everything else falls around depth of field for me.
But the overall customer experience that your clients have with your studio, that is in fact your X factor. That's what separates you from the pack. How quickly are you returning phone calls? How quickly are you showing clients images? Those are the simple things that will establish your X factor, your point of differentiation.
The thing that's kind of tricky about product shots with liquids, anything that you can see through, you want to light from behind. You want to have that light coming from behind. So we're projecting this back on the background here, and we're actually exposing for this light pool. You can see this nice round circular light pool right here. That's where our main exposure is going to be at. Because all the liquids on the inside of this bottle are clear, we're photographing right through it.
That's measuring about 72 inches on my wall. Okay. Nice thing about the projector is I can show virtually any size. So this is a 72-inch size. I can walk it down little by little. And as I do that, you can literally feel the emotion of this picture draining away. Here's wallet size. Here's a 10-inch size, so equivalent of an 8 by 10. Here's a 20-inch size, so like a 16 by 20. And here's a 40. Here's a 60. For me, to get the most enjoyment out of this image, it would need to be in the size approximately like this. This is where you benefit your client. They can actually see the size that you're recommending to them. And when you show them anything smaller, they can feel the life of that image being drained away. And when you remind them that they're purchasing the feeling that this gives them, it really helps you sell larger images. You don't even have to really sell them. It sells, the image itself in the proper size sells itself.
You can actually create a softbox look using one strobe and a couple reflectors right in front of her.
And I have a little saying when I'm on tour and I'm talking to my audiences, we have to punish bad behavior. And if our clients come in and buy off the a la carte menu, meaning they come in and buy 1 or 2 pictures, that is the definition of bad behavior. And so you want to drive your clients towards a package-based system. And the reason for that is it's going to allow you to predict or forecast what your sales are going to look like. Think about it. If you have 10 shoots, you have no packages, and you just let clients do whatever they want within your framework, one client could spend $50, another client could spend $1,000. And that becomes a very difficult way to run your business. And so for us, remember, we are running a business. I understand we want everybody to love us, a little goose fraba and have fun, and just give them everything. But ultimately, we've got a business to run, we've got retirement to plan for, mouths to feed, new equipment to buy. And so we have to run our business like any other business.
The other thing I want to bring up too is we carry ripstop nylon with us everywhere. The reason being is we do hospital stuff, we do a lot of tight quarters, and we can't put a strobe, big strobe, we can't put soft boxes, no umbrellas, it's just too much room. So what we'll actually do is use speed lights, and we can actually hang this, duct tape it, gaffing tape it up to a wall, throw it in here, and it'll actually, because if your walls are purple or green, when the light bounces off there, that's the influence the light's gonna have. So you're gonna have a strobe light, which is white, and you're gonna have another color that's hitting it, and it's too much going on. So what you want to do is you want to try to get the whitest light you can out of your strobe, put this up to protect the wall, bounce it off of that, and you're good to go.
Under no circumstances should you email pricing. And I know it sounds like it would be much easier to just send your clients pricing and get it over with, but here's the deal. If you email clients pricing, what you're doing is rewarding bad behavior. And what I mean by that is you're encouraging them to price shop. And that's the worst thing you could possibly do. So unless you're trying to be, a box store or a chain store, most of us as photographers are trying to offer a boutique, one-of-a-kind experience. And that will never come through if you're just emailing out pricing.
What we're going to set up on our aperture, we're going to set it at, and you can vary, this will vary depending on what you want to do. We got 20 seconds, f13, okay? And ISO is 800. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut off those lights. Okay. So let's try another one to see what happens. I'm going to spend a little more time on our shoulders, do a little more backlighting. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take the shot. We're going to open the exposure. Okay. We're going to light her face, catch lights in the eyes, do a little accent light on her shoulders. I just need to stay out of the image. That's all we really got to do. There it is. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's trippy. That's actually, that is going to be crazy looking stuff, folks. Look at that, man. I can't believe it.
I went into this client's home and they told me that they wanted something to go over their fireplace. So I went in with my camera and I took a picture of their wall with the fireplace. Let me show you what I can do. That's what right here, here's the size that I'm proposing to them. I'm proposing a 56-inch portrait. So honestly, the key to selling is being able to show them a representation of what you have to offer.
So one of the things you can do is a simple thank you note. You'd be surprised how far those things will go. Today, it's surprising how many businesses refuse to write thank you notes. It's just, in the age of email, we no longer do that kind of stuff. And so what I do after every single wedding is there will be a piece of paper. It's one of my custom cardstock. It's a thank you note with our logo embossed on it. And I get home from a wedding and I take the time and I write a personalized thank you note. Not an email, not a typed up letter, a personal handwritten note. And when my client gets that in the mail, you cannot imagine what an impact that makes to the client. So again, it's just those little things that are going to separate you from the pack.
And we're not using a softbox on this. I'm not pointing this directly at the bottle. This kind of falls back to our rule of angle of incidence equaling angle of reflection, which is like a bank shot on a pool table. You know, light bounces, it bounces back at the subject. I've actually got this bouncing right directly at this panel right here. It's just a white piece of foam core, something really simple and easy to use, something that you can get anywhere, any type of hardware store or art store. And that is actually causing the reflection on our bottle, which is going through and shaping it.
Money's like water. It's going to follow the path of least resistance. You want to present them with your most expensive package first. The psychology of the sale, it's much easier for a client to come down in price than it is for them to go up in price. And so once they see your most expensive package, it's easier for them to gravitate towards that middle package. But if you show the cheapest package first, man, you're going to have a hell of a time getting them to that top level package. Again, it's all in the psychology of the sale.
So doing your homework, finding out what your client's needs are, and then being able to show them appropriate sizes for their home really helps you sell better. And you're taking care of your client. You're giving them a custom product. I got to know the needs of my client before I ever did the shoot, and that's going to really help me out.
Thanks so much for watching us this season on Outside the Softbox. See you next season.